Yeah, I think the transition. I think it's been relatively smooth. I think that's always a challenge in any coaching change. But I think again, our guys have done a great job of adjusting to some of those changes. And yeah, I mean, I think I have maybe the luxury of having been a part of the Hartford lacrosse program the previous 2 seasons. So, there's definitely been some changes, in the way that our coaching staff kind of does some things, but there's definitely a lot of similarities. So we've just been focused on working hard, getting better, kind of strengthening our culture within our program and making sure that we're hungry. That's been kind of a big point of emphasis. Is we had one of our best seasons in the program's history this past season, and we just want to keep moving forward and kind of put last year behind us and really focus on the 2017 season. Offensively, we return a lot. We had 4 seniors last year that we're definitely going to miss, but we return all of our leading scorers. I think it starts with probably Griffin Feiner, who is a attackman that we converted to midfield last year. He had just an outstanding sophomore season. And then I'd say Jaden Henderson's really our quarterback of our offense, attackman, just really facilitates our offense from behind the goal. But we certainly have a lot of other guys that contribute a lot. Our leading scorer last year was a freshman, and Dylan Jenks. Alec Brown was a guy who really came on strong for us last year from the midfield, had an outstanding America East tournament, and has really worked hard this summer and had a great fall. So we're looking for him to have a huge senior season. But certainly Justin Huggins, a guy that led the country in shooting percentage last year from the Hill Academy, a lefty, attackman for us. But we feel like we have depth, and there's certainly a lot of guys that I didn't just mention that are going to have big roles for us. So we're excited about our depth on offense and the potential that our 17 group has. Yep, Dylan Protesto, he is a junior this season, had a really strong freshman year, and I think he followed that up with what was an outstanding sophomore season. He was our MVP. He was the America East MVP. He led the country in face-off percentage at 71%, and he's a coach's dream in terms of a kid that just is really focused, really works hard, and when the spotlight's on, he brings his best. He brings his A game. So he's back, but again, that's another position we feel like we have a really kind of strong face-off group, not only with our wings, but a classmate of Dylan's and Spencer Andrews, who was 62%, I think, last year, and had a really good sophomore season as well. Defensively, we did lose Tori Martone, who was a starter for us the past 3 years, but we return our goalie in Ryan Vanderford. I think there's a lot of competition there with, Evan Quinn, who is another senior goalie, but Vandy's had, a really good freshman and sophomore season, and he looked good this fall. And we're also returning, 2 of our captains, Chris Duffy and Kevin Sana, are guys that one will be a 3-time captain, and Chris Duffy is a 3-time captain, and Kevin Sana, 2-time captain. They're both redshirt seniors, guys that are getting their master's degrees at Hartford this year. They both had knee injuries earlier in their careers, so they're really the kind of leaders of our defense. But certainly guys like Connor Daly, who is a long stick midi for us, has also played some close defense, is another senior there, and we feel like we have some great short stick defensive midfielders in Zach Elkinson and Alex Borgia and Brendan Gates. So we're excited about the group we have there, and a new defensive coordinator this year in Tim Samini, who's done a nice job, and we've made maybe some changes and adjustments there. So we're excited about our group that we have coming back.